Hi guys, and welcome to another Dice Tower preview. We're Randy and Ellen, and today we're taking a look at the card-based semi-cooperative battle game Ambush Epic by Dark Doors Entertainment. Ambush Epic plays 1 to 4 people ages 12 and up in about 90 to 120 minutes.
In Ambush Epic, you are part of a group of brave warriors that enter the shadowy dungeon to defeat the evil forces. In the dungeon, you are not only battling the dungeon monsters, but also dueling your companions to obtain the greatest glory and most loot. Each round starts off with revealing a card from the dungeon deck. You'll be able to use various equipment, power tokens, and magic to defeat your foe, or duel your rival. You need to balance how quickly you progress through the game so it doesn't become too difficult too early and then nobody wins. Equipment can only be used every other round, so you'll also need to balance your equipment usage so you have enough left over to face your next challenge. If players defeat the final boss, they win, but the hero with the best victory versus defeat ratio is crowned the MVP and will be sung of by the bards for generations to come. However, if the group is defeated too often, everybody loses. Alternatively, you can also win if a player reaches 10 victories on their player track.
Setup is quick and easy. Players choose a hero and take their starting dice and equipment. Place the appropriate cubes on the tracks and shuffle the dungeon deck. Then put them with the boss at the bottom. Give each player 4 luck cards and 2 power tokens to start the game with. The luck deck contains magic cards which have a text effect, upgrade cards for upgrading your equipment, and help cards for lending help in battles against the enemy, or even against your rival if you so choose. Finally, choose your difficulty level. Set out the appropriate defeat tokens and base monster damage, and now you're ready to start the game.
There are 3 phases in a turn. Phase 1 is exploration. You'll turn over the top card of the dungeon deck and reveal one of several types of cards. Monster cards have different symbols and text effects. Monsters will either be kept or sent to an opponent and will modify the battle slightly. Duel cards are for challenging others. The winner of the duel will get to steal an upgrade cube from that opponent, so you may want to pick a rival that has that 3rd upgrade cube to finish off an equipment upgrade you've been working on. There are also forge cards, and those are used for reallocating upgrade cubes to other pieces of equipment.
Phase 2 is combat. Roll your dice to get your base damage. You can bring any amount of equipment to the battle, but remember to leave some behind for the next battle because equipment can only be used every other round. Add power tokens to the battle face down to increase the strength of equipment, cancel a rival's equipment, or protect your own equipment from others. There are some rocks in the bunch as well, and these don't do anything for you, but you can certainly bluff with them. Sometimes your best bet option is to convert power tokens and luck cards. So 2 power tokens make a luck card and 2 luck cards make an upgrade cube. Finally, each hero has a unique spell they can use. Your spell can be used if you rolled the circle number on your dice or from cubes acquired via cards and the player board. When challenging a rival, follow the same steps for each player. If facing a monster, they also have a chance at the dice and will add the result to its base damage. The dice and base damage varies on the monster level. Monsters also draw a power token. Compare the total result. The highest value wins the battle.
The 3rd and final phase is Phase 3, which is combat resolution. Winning against a monster nets you a number of luck cards based on the monster level. Move up on the victory track and the defeated monster track with a win, or up on the defeated track with a loss. Losing against monsters is bad business. You only have so many defeat tokens depending on the game difficulty, and with each loss, you're that much closer to a total defeat and everybody loses. Winning a rival duel lets you steal an upgrade cube from them. You will move up on the tracks the same way as a monster win or loss, but you will use a defeated player track instead of the defeated monster track. Moving up on these tracks can trigger a few effects. You'll acquire magic cubes, upgrade cubes, and even can upgrade your character token. Winning is good and all, but the more you win and progress through the dungeon, the harder the monsters will become. When a player reaches 3 and 6 wins, the monster level increases. Sometimes losing is a necessary strategy to delay the monster level increase and give you more time to prepare for the harder levels. Regardless of the outcome, players will draw 2 luck cards and 2 power tokens for future use.
After battling through the dungeon and the deck is depleted, everyone encounters the final boss. Players will combine their forces to take on this monstrosity. Combine everyone's equipment based on the game difficulty rules. Roll everyone's dice and use power tokens against the boss. Hopefully this collaboration will be enough to give you the advantage over your foe. If not, you can try again for every monster defeat token you have left in the pool. At this point, the game's over, but you can keep the action going by progressing to the next dungeon. You'll carry over your equipment and convert your cards and tokens into upgrade cubes. Dungeon 2 has harder monsters, more equipment upgrades, and even a dragon. Did everyone have to head home for the night? Then pull out the solo mode and keep the night rolling. Alright all, remember this has been a Dice Tower paid preview. All the components and rules you've seen may not be the final product or design. Keep an eye out on the campaign for any changes that may occur.
If you're looking for a nice campaign-capable card battling game with equipment upgrading, and especially if you enjoy semi-cooperative games, we think you'll enjoy Ambush Epic. I really did enjoy the semi-co-op balance of the game, because you don't want to get too far ahead by yourself, becoming a lone wolf, because then you're going to be increasing the dungeon levels, which increase the level of the monsters, and then other players aren't going to be able to keep up, and then ultimately you're just all going to die.
Yeah, sometimes you actually just need to lose on purpose. Because of that reason, you'll be completely alone and won't be able to defeat like any monsters.
Right. Sometimes you'll take that loss as a group, you know, and it'll kind of hurt you overall, but you can afford to lose here and there. And that gives people kind of a chance to catch up or even to get more equipment and things that they'll be able to use later on in the dungeons.
Yeah, I think it's cool too that you can duel people that have that last cube that you need in order to accomplish something. So, you know, you can put your efforts towards anybody else who's playing. Be like, I'm going to duel you because I need that cube. And
right,
you
yeah.
feel a little take that.
Exactly. You'll have like the 2 cubes on your armor. This person has an armor cube over here. You get that 3rd armor. Then you increase, which ultimately really helps everybody, right? So even if you're dueling and kind of giving them a loss, it's not a dungeon loss.
Right.
You still are kind of helping that other person out, so it's not all bad, right?
Exactly.
But you can, you know, the tokens that you put down, they're hidden, so that's cool. You can kind of use them to bluff, or you don't exactly know how much somebody's going to increase something, or if they're going to try to block something. So it's kind of that little, you know, bluffing aspect of the game as well.
And of course, like we said before, if you're really into upgrading equipment games that do that, this is a really good one for that.
Yeah, they can, once you upgrade all of one side, or if you just do like 4 equipments across your board, then you actually get to upgrade your dice as well. So then you change from, say, like a 4-sided to a 6-sided, or 6-sided to 8-sided, depending on the character. So that's all really nice as well.
And it is neat how when the monsters come up in the game, you flip it over and see the monster, you can send it off to another player if it's too strong for you, and you're like, I really need that person defeated, so you push them on over to that person so that
when they have the little send icon,
lose or whatever.
That's
cool.
neat. That's neat for sure. And then like the help cards. So some of those help cards, you can kind of use those early on just for converting into upgrade tokens, but you'll generally need some of those help tokens later because you'll really need to gang up on some of the harder monsters that come out that have like the little thing that says, okay, well this monster's 1 level higher this round. So all that stuff
help cards for tough monsters are awesome.
Yeah, so that's all goes into that semi-co-op nature of the game, which is super nice. Yeah. Ultimately, guys, if this looks like a game you'd enjoy, please check out the Kickstarter and give them your support. I know that they will appreciate it. I'm Randy.
I'm Ellen.
And thank you for watching.